So good evening. This chat is moving wild before I even went live. Big up to everybody inside. We're going to talk about Stanley Kroenke. Yes, everyone's forgotten about him because Arsenal are top of the league, raising the ticket prices by 5%. Add on top of that, the 4% increase this season, 9% in 2 seasons. That 5% increase comes in for the start of next season. 9% in 2 seasons. I prefer not to speak. But anyway, yeah, not bad. We do have a comment in here. UK inflation is 9%, so really it's a 4% decrease. Well, not really, because it's overpriced in the first place, mate. Let's be real. It is massively overpriced in comparison to bigger, more successful football clubs in this league. It is massively overpriced. It is one of the most highest season tickets prices on the planet. And not quite sure why, if we're being completely honest. For the price of a season ticket at Arsenal, you can get a season ticket at Bayern Munich and have about £1,000 spare. Kind of mad when you think of it that way. You could go and watch Bayern Munich win the league every year, smashing the life out of every team in the Bundesliga for literally 10 times less than Arsenal charged to watch Arsenal. Yes, different league, better league, all of that. I get that. But if you go and have a look at Manchester City's season ticket prices, Manchester United season ticket prices, Real Madrid season ticket prices, Barcelona, more successful teams, bigger teams, our season ticket prices are an absolute rip-off. And I think it's only Tottenham that are level or above us in price every season. But we are going to go through it in a second. And we're going to figure out how Arsenal have manipulated the way they've put this across, because it's very clever wording, as per usual, from the team at Arsenal. But big up to everybody inside. I will be live with Goonie in 1 hour and 20 minutes. Man Knows Football. Make sure you come and check that out. It should be good. And yeah, man, looking forward to that. And then obviously tonight, Man United play Leeds. So I'm going to sit and watch that. I won't be doing a stream this evening. I will be starting to do more streams. I want to try and do 3 a day, but this week my throat is still not 100%. So yeah, we'll try and get that sorted for next week if we can. I can't even afford a ticket anymore. It's mad. What about other London clubs? Let me have a look at Chelsea's season ticket prices. That's a good question. Chelsea season ticket price. You can get a season ticket at Chelsea for 595 quid. In fact, you can actually get one for 450 quid, 425. Arsenal's are around 900, probably over 1,000 now. So, yeah, I think the cheapest at Arsenal was 949. Obviously, that's going to be going up 5%. Already gone up 4% this season. So, yeah, it's about 1,000. And Chelsea is 450 for the cheapest. In fact, let me get all the Premier League teams up if I can. Let me have a little look. Season ticket prices, Premier League. Okay, this was July last year. It's the only... Oh, I'm not planning to subscribe to The Athletic. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Let's go on to that one. Okay, let's see if this works. Let's see if this one works. Why you lot smash the like button. Do it now. Who timed Jamino out? What did he do wrong? Leave him be. Oh no, nobody timed him out. He timed somebody else out. Okay. Yes, smash the like button up. We're on 89 likes. Okay, this is what website is this? This is an independent website. I don't even think that's a thing, is it? Maybe this is just like a ticket touting. Yeah, it is. It's like 189 quid for Arsenal Brentford tickets. Okay, mate. But anyway, yeah, Arsenal season ticket, the cheapest is about £1,000. And all the other clubs are a lot cheaper. But if we go on to that, no, you have to subscribe for that as well. I ain't subscribing to any of these. But anyway, Arsenal website has put this out. This came out yesterday. Changes for season tickets for 23-24 season. We are announcing significant changes to our season tickets for men's matches at the Emirates for next season. The biggest change which follows supporter feedback. Who are these supporters? Because they haven't told us. Involves reducing the number of home matches included in the season ticket from 26 games to 22. In addition, as part of our ambition to encourage younger supporters to attend, we are extending the 25% discount on season tickets and match-by-match tickets currently provided to people up to the age of 21 to the age of 24. Yay! So it actually benefits you if you're a youngster. Nice. Anyway, season tickets. For next season, the general admission season ticket will include all 19 Premier League games and the 3 European group stage matches subject to qualification. Previously, the 26-match season ticket covered all Premier League home games, 5 European matches, and 2 home FA Cup fixtures. The biggest benefit for general admission season ticket holders is that they will only be paying for matches that are guaranteed to be played, rather than paying upfront for matches that may not happen, which has been the case previously. Let me just touch on that before I read the rest of it. Basically, what this says is we keep throwing away the FA Cup and the League Cup every year. So we're not going to charge you for them. They're not going to be on the season ticket anymore. So if we do get into the later rounds and we get home games in them competitions, you'll have to pay for the ticket individually, but that will also be 5% higher, probably, which is mad. Season ticket holders will have priority to purchase tickets for any further home European or Cup matches before they go on sale to members. The move follows ongoing feedback from our season ticket holders who want more flexibility around attending matches and to support our desire to make more tickets available to the growing membership base. Okay, so on that basis, season ticket holders will get priority on the games in the Cup that aren't included on the ticket, i.e. knockout stage of Europa League home game or knockout stage Champions League home game, FA Cup games. So if every single season ticket holder or majority of season ticket holders decide, well, actually, yeah, I do want to go to that game. I enjoy going to them games. I want to go to them games. How does that really help with other people getting tickets? Kind of mad because they still get priority. This is just all a load of BS. I just want to go back as well, where it said, the biggest benefit for general admission season ticket holders is that they will only be paying for matches that are guaranteed to be played rather than paying up front for matches which may not happen, which has been the case previously. In that case that has happened, and it has happened, you either get a credit or it gets taken off of the next season's season ticket price. But like I said, all that does and says to me is we keep throwing cup competitions in the bin. So rather than keep reimbursing you for them, right, just don't pay for them up front. And if we do get that far, then you can pay again and we'll charge you 5% extra anyway. But anyway, let's continue. Yeah, the move follows ongoing feedback from season ticket holders who want more flexibility around attending matches and to support our desire to make more tickets available to our growing membership base. Removing the 4 cup credits from the season ticket will also make up to 150,000 additional match tickets available for members to purchase next season. When it says up to, Arsenal have 40,000 season ticket holders. So I'm not quite sure where they're getting these figures from, because if they all decided to go to these 4 games, that's 160,000 tickets. So I'm not quite sure what they're meaning with that. Maybe I'm reading all of this wrong and seeing it wrong. But if 40,000 season ticket holders decide, well, going off of this, they're probably saying there's 37,500 season ticket holders. Yeah, times that by 4 games is 150,000. So let's assume that's what they mean. They're assuming that, or making out, up to all of our season ticket holders could decide that they may not want to, if, buts, and maybes. So if they decide that they all don't want to go, there will be 150,000 available tickets over 4 games. But not only that, what if we only had 1 cup game at home because we got knocked out in the Champions League or the Europa League. Well, it will be the Champions League, I'd imagine. So we get knocked out in the first knockout round of the Champions League. So that's the one home game, because it's obviously two-legged affair. We didn't get any cup games in the FA Cup. So literally, it'd only be 37,500 tickets available, of which, how many season ticket holders would probably still want to go to the first Champions League home game in the knockout stages that we've had for how long? This is all a load of BS. Anyway, alongside these changes, we will be implementing an average of 5% increase on general admission season tickets for next season. The price in the lower tier will go up by 6%. Not sure why. And the price in the upper tier will be 4% increase. This price increase will be the same for all match-by-match tickets. So, like I just said, if you decide that you want to go and watch a Champions League knockout stage game at home that's now not on your season ticket, you're now going to pay 5% on top of the price of the ticket, which has already gone up 4% this season, by the way. If we were to qualify for the Champions League, that would equate to an average reduction in the cost of a full-price general admission season ticket holder of £113 a season. Okay, so it's going to save you 113 quid over them 4 games. On average, obviously some it could be a little bit less, some it could be a little bit more, depends where you're seated in the stadium. But on average, by not having these 4 games on there, it's going to reduce the cost of your season ticket by 113 quid, right? Now, I guarantee you, at some point, you're going to pay, if you want to go to 4 home games in them competitions, it will cost you more than 113 quid. 100% fucking nail on the head. Yeah, a ticket for a Champions League game in the upper tier would probably cost that. Anyway, but anyway, it says, yeah, 113 quid a ticket off the ticket a season, compared to the equivalent price had we been in the Champions League this season. Well, if you'd done what's required on the pitch, we might have been. If we qualify for the Europa League next season, it will leave full-price adult season ticket holders paying on average £76 less than they are currently paying this season. Yay. They're trying to make out that this is a money-saving thing. We're doing it for the fans. It's amazing. What a wonderful football club doing this in a cost of living crisis. Blah, blah, blah. When the reality is they're not doing anything other than putting the price up 5%. All you do now is not pay up front for it, because they're not guaranteeing we can get to these competitions, to these home games in these competitions. So instead of you paying up front for it and then having to get it reimbursed from the football club onto your season ticket next season, so they have to give you the money back, they're saying, well, don't pay us, but if you want to come to the Champions League knockout stage game, you have to buy the ticket individually, and we'll add 5% onto that next season as well. Unbelievable. So basically, it's gone up 5%. Everything that they're saying here has gone up 5%. Club level prices will also go up on average 5%. The club level season ticket will continue to include all competitive men's first team home games. Season ticket holders will receive specific details about what that means in due course. These changes are part of our ongoing commitment to simplify our approach to ticketing, while ensuring we operate a sustainable way for the long-term future and create more opportunities for members to get tickets. Okay. The new ticketing package also includes investments in Emirates Stadium and initiatives to improve supporters' match day experience. These include further enhancement to our ticket system. Okay. Details of which will be communicated in due course. We will also be ramping up our ongoing work and investment to clamp down on ticket touting to protect honest match-going supporters. We recognize the demand for tickets is at an unprecedented level at the moment, and we are working to combat the activities by bots and touts. Okay, if I just type in right now, Arsenal tickets, search, StubHub straight away, first one that comes up. Next one, seatsnet.com. In fact, let's go on StubHub. Let's click on StubHub. Right. Arsenal versus Brentford from 229 euros a ticket. From. So if I go down here right now and I click, in fact, let's see what the most expensive ticket is. 300 so far. Let's keep going. 370, 425, 545, 550, 650, 700. I'm still going. 850, 1,000. Right, one ticket. Here we go. One ticket, 2,500 quid. Short side upper tier. Where's that? Where is that on the stadium? Okay, so that's the clock end according to this. Clock end. Right, let's click on that. Each ticket, 2,500 quid. Yeah, Arsenal are doing loads to stamp that out, aren't they? Loads to stamp that out. The cheapest, that's euros, sorry, I'm lying. It was euros, 2,500 euros. The cheapest ticket on StubHub currently is 229 euros. In fact, that's gone. That's just been sold. That has just been sold. Let's have a look at that one. Nope, that's been sold as well. So there's none at 229. Let's have a look at 239. Nope, they're gone as well. Mad. Actually mad. Oh, we can get one for 284 euros. Interesting. Interesting. So Arsenal are doing loads to stamp that out, aren't they? Well done, Arsenal. Yeah, well done. Well done. We're doing loads to stop bots and touts. Okay, mate. This has resulted in 100,000 suspected bots being blocked from the ticketing site in recent weeks. Okay. Are we sure that wasn't just you putting them out there? A significant number of season ticket and membership accounts have also been banned for suspicious touting activity. Okay. Discounts for younger supporters. The 25% discount on season tickets and match-by-match tickets purchased outside the family enclosure, currently provided to young adult members up to the age of 21, is being extended to the age of 24. So there you go. If you are 24 or under and you want a match ticket, you get 25% off according to this. To young adult members. In addition to the discounts available to Canon members aged 17 and 18 who already benefit from 57% discount outside of the family enclosure, junior gunners 16 and under will continue to receive a 66% discount on tickets inside the family enclosure. So it actually pays to be under the age of 24 at this football club, doesn't it? What happens next? Club level season ticket renewals will begin in March. Oh, okay. Before anything's decided, of course. Supporters will receive a personalized communication explaining the changes and what it means for them as normal. The general admission tickets renewals will begin shortly after the last game of the season. Note, match-by-match ticket discounts for all younger fans will continue to be capped at 1,000. Okay. So the discount rates for the under 24s is only for 1,000 people. Okay. What a fantastic club for the community. They really want everybody there. But look at what they do for local communities. Okay. Stick the price up 5%, dress it up as that you're saving money, and then make out that it's best going forward because there was loads of bots making up accounts to steal the tickets. Okay, just type in on Google right now, Arsenal tickets, boom, StubHub comes up, 2.5 grand for a ticket. Cheapest ticket available right now was 284 euros. Doing loads, Arsenal, aren't they? Yeah, well done. This actually stinks, if I'm honest, because they put the price up 4% for the season we've just started off of the back of finishing 5th, 8th and 8th. But unfortunately, supply and demand. Obviously, they know there's so many people that want to go to games at the minute for a number of reasons. Number one, we had 2 years of not being able to go to football. Number two, we're doing all right at the moment. So they can get away with it. I've seen online a lot of people saying they can do whatever they want. We're top of the table. Okay, what happens if we finish second? Then what? Is it still okay? Mad. Actual scenes. This is how easily pleased a lot of our fans are, to be honest. But I expect nothing less. But what do I know? What did I want to read here? There was something I wanted to read. Last season, this guy put out, 1,050 quid for 26 games. Now that'll be 1,115 quid for 22 games. So it's more expensive next season. Also, fans will have to pay more for the extra 4 games. Unbelievable, really, isn't it? Unbelievable, Jeff. So they're putting the price up from 1,050 for a season ticket to 1,115, but you get 4 games left. But it's cool because if all the season ticket holders decide they don't want to watch the Champions League home knockout game, that means there's 150,000 tickets available to other people over 4 matches. Well done, caring for the community. This football club's mad. I can't lie. This football club is crazy. And the way they've dressed it up, they know that the majority of people won't process what they've said, and they'll just look at the 113 quid saving in comparison to this season. Mad. Actually mad. But anyway, let's read some of your comments. They couldn't go and get us Caicedo or Felix or Mudryk. Not that I wanted him, but let's put the price up another 5%. But don't worry. If you don't want to buy any tickets, go and cop the new merch instead. Inspired by Jeremy Aliadier. Yay. Or you could get the new Luna merch. This club is a Ponzi scheme. I am convinced of it, I swear. Let's have a look at some of the merch. Let's see if they've got any new merch. Let's have a little look here. Right, let's go. Let's have a look at some of the merch. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Right. What we got here? 1886 box print merch. Okay. Retro merch. It's always good when they put retro in it because it makes it another 5 quid more expensive. Arsenal retro. Oh my days. Arsenal are actually selling tailor-made golf bags. This club is shameless. I swear they are shameless. 210 quid for a tailor-made Arsenal golf bag to put all your golf equipment in. Lovely jubbly. Now let's see more. Tell us more, Arsenal. Excuse me. The Arsenal tailor-made golf umbrella is €58 because it's got an Arsenal badge embroidered on it. Unreal. The Arsenal rain-ready golf jacket, for anyone that's interested, it's just a waterproof thin jacket. €150. So if you want to purchase the 3 items, the jackets, the golf bag, and the umbrella with an Arsenal badge sewn onto it, you're looking at the best part of about €408. Crazy scenes. Crazy scenes. But it doesn't matter because we're top and that's all that matters at the moment. Anyone watched the Granit Xhaka Coney carpool? What has happened to my football club, man? Coney carpool with Granit Xhaka and Frimpong. Oh my days, this club is dusted. This club is finished. Coney carpool, and it's them in a golf buggy driving round Coney. What has happened to this football club? What has happened? Do people watch this? Oh my days. Anyway, let's read some of your comments before I get angry. And I don't want to get angry because I'm in a good mood. Anyway, high cost of living, football, oh well, let them choose us over the heating. Exactly. Is StubHub reliable for tickets at the Emirates? I very much doubt it, my friend. I don't know. I've never bought a ticket off a StubHub. But at them prices, I'd imagine probably not. Because I'll tell you one thing that does happen, and I know this does happen. If you sell your ticket on StubHub, so you've got a ticket for a game, a season ticket holder, and you stick your ticket on StubHub or another site, for example. Maybe StubHub is a legitimate one. I don't know. But on a site like that, and then they randomly come round to that seat of your season ticket on a match day and say, excuse me, Mr. So-and-so. Oh, no, I'm not Mr. So-and-so. I bought the ticket off a so-and-so website. Bang. You're getting kicked out, number one, and the season ticket holder will have that season ticket revoked. I know 100% they do that. 100% they do that. They may not do it every game. I don't know. But they'll randomly spot check every now and again. And I know that for a fact. Inflate the like button. Come on, let's put 5% on the likes, people. Come on, 5% the like button. How many likes we got? We're on 188 likes. So, yeah, come on, man. 10% to be 18. Let's put 9 likes on that. There we go, just like that. Bosh! Big up to everyone inflating the likes. Big up, come on. Big up to everybody inside, man. How many people in here? 7:30 in the building. 7:30 in the building. I'm live with Goonie in an hour. Less than an hour, actually, 55 minutes. But let's rifle through these comments for 20 minutes and see what you guys are saying. Yeah, Master Splinter. Yes, with the Javianas. With the Javianas, because I'm a flip-flop, apparently. Not quite sure what planet these people are on, but apparently I am a flip-flop. Not quite sure whether these people know what day it is, but yeah, it's kind of mad. But unfortunately, that is society these days. People always come for you when you are winning. It's because in this day and age, the only win they can get is by trying to stop you from winning. Mad, isn't it, really? That is the reality. So yes, buying tickets at Arsenal is a lottery. Buying tickets on a website is a bigger lottery. I had a professional FIFA player, former world champion FIFA player, who I speak to quite a lot, messaged me the other week on Instagram. He's an Arsenal fan, and asked me if buying off of a certain website, and he said the website was a good idea. I said, no, bro, don't do any of that. I said, I'll see if I can get you tickets. And I've got quite a few people that I can get tickets from. Even they couldn't come up with tickets for that particular game. It was Arsenal Man United. But maybe that's because it was Arsenal Man United. Maybe that's because everyone wants to go this season because we're top. And it can be, I was there the season Arsenal won the league. Everyone's kind of jockeying for position with that. The feel-good factors back within the stadium. So a lot of people do want to go. Now they want to get their mates to go. So they want to try and get tickets for their mates. When it was the Wenger last season, oh my days, you could get tickets left, right and centre. Yeah, because nobody wanted to go. There was no feel-good factor. We weren't top of the table. We were getting pammed every single week by Swansea and West Brom and Burnleys and teams like that. It was mad. And yeah, then obviously Emery came in. And the feel-good factor was there for a bit, and then everyone just decided Emery weren't the man anymore. They turned on him, made out that the 3 seasons and a half that this manager's been here is all because of Unai Emery and this guy inheriting a mess. 2 of these seasons that this manager was here, or probably about a year and a half of that, we didn't have fans in the stadium. So it's no coincidence that every single football stadium in the country, if not in Europe or the world, that had lockdowns, it's no coincidence that all of them football stadiums are a lot louder now, because people don't know when they might not be allowed to go football next. So now they're going to cherish it a little bit more. They're going to want to go more. So I kind of get that it's a large demand for tickets right now. But basically, all this has done is, on top of a 4% increase this season, off of the back of finishing 8th, 5th, they raised the price 4%. And now, before the season's even finished, they're announcing a 5% increase for next season. And they're going to drop the tickets down to 22 games instead of 26, because they can't guarantee we can get into some of these cup competitions at home because of the draws getting knocked out of the competitions early. All I can see from this is, well, we can't guarantee that we're going to go through in the first to the 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th round of the cups. Yeah, because we've thrown them in the bin ever since the manager won the FA Cup. So we're just going, oh, yes, Brighton. Oh, well, that don't get counted anyway. The FA Cup, oh, yes. Southampton, no, throw it in the bin. Yep. Forest, throw it in the bin. We've got bigger fish to fry. Oh, City, throw it in the bin. Yep. So now you've paid for that on your ticket. They have to reimburse you that via a credit or offer your season ticket next season. So they don't want to keep doing that. And now they're hoping that everyone just forgets and brushes it under the carpet, that you're now going to pay 5% on your ticket. In fact, if you're in the lower tier, it's 6%, upper tier is 4%. So a ticket that's costing 1,050 quid for the season now has 22 games. Yeah, right? Sorry, I'm lying. That 1,050 quid had 26 games. Some of them games obviously aren't going to take place, so they'll reimburse. But That ticket that was 1,050 quid next season is going to be 1,115 quid. And you've got 4 games less. But if you want to buy them games, you've now got to pay extra. Kind of mad. And the way they've dressed it up is we're saving you 113. You're saving us nothing, mate. Saving nobody anything. You're charging 5% extra on every ticket. Apart from the youth tickets, under 24s, you get discount, but that's only up to 1,000 tickets. Like, they're not doing anything apart from charging more money. And the way they've worded it on their website, it's like they're saving you money and doing you a favor. And people won't even clock this. They're just like lemmings. Let's just walk down to the Emirates and pay it. Jesus wept. Jesus Christ on a bike. It's criminal basic finance doesn't sink in for people. And that's not just kids. Bro, it's mad, isn't it? 1,050 quid for a season ticket this season that has up to 26 games on it, depending on whether we get them games at the stadium or not. If you don't, they reimburse you that. Cool. Fine. Fantastic. How about get us them games? Don't just throw cup competitions away. It's mad. It's actually mad. That ticket's now going to cost 65 quid more next season. And then you've got 4 games that you might have to pay out for. Crazy. It's actually crazy. Yeah, the club is a Ponzi scheme, bro. I swear it is. It's mad. It's crazy. It's unbelievable. It's mind-boggling how so many people just lap it up. Like, this club has won 1 FA Cup in the last, 3-4 years? As this manager's been here 4 seasons. Yeah, oh, but he was only here for half the season. Okay, well, he still won the cup. So it's 4 seasons. He came in December. The cup was in May. Yeah, that's 7 months. But anyway, 3.5 seasons. 3.5 seasons, we've won 1 FA Cup, and they've put the price up for tickets twice. Mad, isn't it? It's actually unbelievable. Big up to Take Me Back Pirate Radio Archives. French Arsenal merch, Arsenal Jamaican merch, LBGQ merch, retro merch, Chinese New Year merch, charity kit merch, golf merch, all white kit merch, all black kit merch. Merch. More merch than wins. And we've won a lot this season. It's unbelievable. And all you'll get is somebody going, why are you always bashing the club? Because let it sink in logically. You might not be able to pay for your heating bill. You might be struggling, but Arsenal are still going to put the prices up. But they then come out and play the community club. They're not the community club. They do not give one iota about any fan on the planet that goes to a game. They care about the fans that don't go to the games because they know they're the ones that are going to buy all the merch. The ones that go to games, it don't matter if they go to games or not. We see that for 2 years. They couldn't care less. They still went out and spent 150 million every window, whether you were there or not. Mad. Actually mad. El Rossi, I don't even bother, if I'm honest. Again, like I said earlier, this club's mad. Looking forward to the first video being posted on the second channel. Yes, hopefully this week. A few people have got back to me. So you being one of them, my friend, appreciate that, man. And big up to this guy as well, man. This is the guy that done the countdown timer and the intro for this channel. So big up to him, man. Big up to him. Kroenke, we're about to compete with the Qataris by ripping off fans. Bro, it's mad. I don't see any other football club in the world post as much merch as Arsenal or put their tickets up as much as Arsenal. It's unbelievable, isn't it? Every year, this football club does something mad. Bear with me one sec. Let me get to my cigarettes. Yeah, every year, they put out more merchandise, more gimmicks. Like, I mean, who wants to watch Colney Carpool with a player and somebody driving around in a golf cart? Like, really? Is this what this football club's become? It's a sad, sorry state of affairs, unfortunately, that this club's more about selling merchandise and gimmicks off the pitch than it is about winning on the pitch, like proper football clubs do. Real Madrid being one of them, who are on the verge of sacking their manager, who's just come off of the back of a double season, winning the Champions League and the league. But because he sits second in the table, having lost 3 games all season. They're looking to sack him. Now imagine, well, we don't need to imagine, we kept a manager here 8 years too long anyway, and he didn't win the Champions League. Now imagine we won the Champions League and the league in the same season, and then sat second, 5 points off the top, or whatever it is they are for Barcelona, and then our fans all going mad. Let's get rid of him. It wouldn't happen, would it? They'd be keeping him here for the next 20 years because look what he did for the club 20 years earlier. Yeah, and this is why we haven't been an elite club for a long, long time. Yeah, big up to Mark on Facebook as well. Going to need a mortgage soon to watch a football match. Bro, it's insane, really, isn't it? Let's be honest, right? Because if you're going to pay £1,000, 1,100 quid to go and watch Arsenal at home every week, right, or every other week, then you're going to pay for Sky Sports, BT Sports, Amazon Prime. Then there's going to be games that you're not even allowed to watch because they're not televised on English TV. Perfect example of that is Man United tonight. Man United, Leeds United is one of the biggest games in English football history. And it's not televised on English TV tonight. Why? Why is that game not on TV? I can watch it on DAZN in Spain. It's on DAZN in Spain. I can literally sit there and watch it. But the country the game's being played in have decided, their TV stations have decided, we're not going to televise that game. Why? It's Man United Leeds. That is a big game. Unfortunately, that is where football has gone. That is where it's been gone for a long time. I watched the overlap earlier. I don't really watch it because most of the fans they have on there are dead from the neck up. Yeah, but I watched it earlier. Gary Neville kind of agreed with what I was saying about FFP as well. Obviously, he would. He runs Salford. Yeah, but he was pretty spot on with what he was saying. FFP will keep the big teams bigger and up the top, and the little teams can never break into that, which is what I was saying yesterday to Terry and what I said on here with Rance and with James Redmond. Go and check them shows out if you haven't. But yeah, it's mad. Like, how is a team like Forest, and I say that because I see Yeti in my chat, how is a team like Forest ever going to break into the top 4? If they can only spend 75% of their income, but they're not allowed to do smart accounting to boost their income. How is it even possible for a team like that to break in to them elite football clubs at the top of the tree, or them big, massive football clubs at the top of the tree? It is impossible, which is why FFP stinks. It's not financial fair play at all. It's not fair at all, is it? It's really not. Because if it was fair, then you can spend what you want to make yourself better, which is what Man City did. And now it's, oh, no, that's bad. That's bad. But the Glazers can nick 2 million quid out of Man United, and that's seen as cool. That's fine. That's no drama, no problema. We won't investigate that. And that's why I don't get it. How is it called fair play? Financial fair play? No, it's not. It's not fair at all, is it? Because a team, let me give another example. Salford, for example, Gary Neville's team. How can Salford ever get their way into the top 4 of the Premier League without any owner investment? It's never going to happen. Because if they can only spend 75% of their income, well, their income's tiny. It's crazy. It's actually crazy. And yeah, you could maybe do it over 50 years, but owners ain't buying football clubs to win in 50 years' time. They're buying it to win now. But anyway, we carry on. Big up my darling Joanne. If there were any club, they would let them have their season ticket for nothing for a season as a thank you for all the support. Bayern Munich season ticket, the cheapest is 150 quid. Mad, isn't it? What happened to your face when the camera stood up? I don't know. If I come closer, because of this green screen I've got behind me, I go like metal faced. It's mad. Keeps subbing and liking people. Yeah, merch, gimmicks, but where's the trophies? Well, hopefully we'll win the Premier League this season, because that would be nice. That would be absolutely lovely. Best way to watch football is IPTV. Yeah, everybody outside of the UK can watch the Man United game tonight. But I remember when we played Brighton, that game wasn't televised anywhere on the planet. Why? Why can't we watch our football club? I do like comments like this one. Let me highlight this Stephen guy. Why are you worrying? You never go to a match. You are no fan. Morn Merchant. Bro, I've been to over 500 games, which is 500 more than you'll ever touch in your life. But thanks for your investment in and your interest in my affairs. I've spent more money watching this football club, mate, than you can ever dream of. I could have bought a house with the money that I've spent watching this football club over the years. But thank you anyway. I do appreciate it. Thanks for boosting the algorithm by watching and commenting. Appreciate it, baby. Yeah, Carlisle United. How could Carlisle ever make it into the Premier League and compete? They can't. Yeah, so to stop big investments in small clubs. Facts. Iron Man. Yes, that's what I look like when I when I stand up. Is Leeds United? No, it's the league game, mate. It's the league game that was cancelled because Lizzie passed away. Yeah, it's not on TV. It's a Premier League football match on a Wednesday night, a massive game in English football calendar, and it's not televised in the UK, the country it's being played in. Crazy, isn't it? It's actually crazy. I used to want to live and move to the UK in the 90s and early 2000s. Now I'm barely interested in paying any money for anything related to top-level football. The only reason I watch is because the MLS sucks. Mate, there's nothing good about living there, mate. Trust me. It's cold. It's dank. It's dark. It's absolutely overpriced on everything. It's no coincidence that most people that live there are upset, angry all the time, punching each other up in road rage incidents. And yeah, it's you could literally walk down the street at any point in pretty much most of the country and potentially get jumped. Like mad, actually mad scenes, bro. Stop complaining, just use that website. Bro, I'm not complaining. I've got DAZN and I live in Spain, so I can watch it. Now, my point is, why should the big TV companies decide what games you should be able to watch for your club? Why can't you sit and subscribe to one of these TV stations or even to the club itself to be able to watch every single game for your club if you can't make it to the games? So for tonight's game, Man United versus Leeds, if you're a Man United fan or a Leeds United fan that lives in the UK that can't go to games for whatever reason, yeah, logistics, money, whatever, and you can't go to games, why can't you pay 10 quid to watch that game tonight or 5 quid to watch that game tonight or pay for a season ticket through the club website to be able to watch every single one of them games? Why can't you do that? Yeah, instead it's the same media companies determining when you can and can't watch football. Yeah, they change. Like, I'll give you another example. Arsenal's game against Everton, our game in hand, has been rescheduled to the 1st of March. That game is not live on TV in England. In fact, the UK, it's not on TV live in the UK on the 1st of March. But I'm 2 hours and a half on a plane. I've got DAZN España. Bang, I can watch it. Unbelievable. It's crazy, isn't it? You look like the Terminator from Terminator 2. Liquid metal say it does look like that. I don't know why it does that. It's like when I have when I drink out of a green cup, you can see the Arsenal badge behind me. So it goes through, because I've got a green cup, it'll go all the way through my dressing gown, and that's mad. Crazy. Salford City were losing 91 grand a week in League Two. That's mad. That's actually crazy. Big up to Clive for the donation, mate. Appreciate it. I don't get these guys that call out people that don't go to games. Like, going to games makes you a bigger fan. Facts. Yeah, the ones that chat shit to me, I would always use that as an argument, though. Yeah, come back when you've been 500 games. If they want to chat crap, I would always use that. You're a plastic fan. Okay, how many games you been to? Don't call me plastic. Like, I would always use that, but I get your point 100%. You used to go to games. Now you live in Spain. Can't go every week. Again, why is this bothering someone? Bro, everyone likes to be offended by everything else. Like I said, like people don't want to see people winning or doing well. So what they do is we live in society now where, because these people choose not to win, they try to knock down people that are choosing to win, because they see that as a win for themselves rather than actually bettering themselves. They'll knock somebody that is bettering themselves. That's unfortunately the world we live in, mate. Now, I go on other channels. Now, I get people come off of these other channels after chatting crap for a whole hour that don't like me, Go and read the comment section on them videos. Get this guy off the channel. Why is this guy on it? Why this? Why that? Why? He's a disgrace. Mate, you can just choose not to watch it on that time, on that day. It's mad. Yeah, it's like this happens every channel I go on. And then what happens is they come into this chat crap, and then they're blocked within 2 seconds of chatting crap. But then they come back and still watch it. They just can't comment. Mad. That's what these NPCs, man, they're weirdos. Yeah, soy boys. That's it. Big up Clive, man. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Big up for the membership as well. Nichit, is that how I say your name, mate? Thank you very much. Appreciate it. But anyway, I'm going to wrap this up in a couple of minutes. I'm live with Goonie in an hour. And no, I'm not. I'm live with Goonie in 37 minutes. Good job I checked the time. Otherwise, I'd be late. 37 minutes, I'll be live. Man Knows Football. Let me see if he set the link up. And I'll chuck that in the chats for you guys if you want to come and watch that. I'm going to be on with... who am I on with? Where are we? Where are we? Man Knows Football. Who am I on with tonight? We are on... Who am I on with? I have no idea. But anyway, I'll get you the link. If you want to watch it, come join in. I'm sure there'll be a Man United fan on there, a Spurs fan on there. Obviously, Goonie on there. The link is in the chat, people. Big up to ESS16. Lee, do you think the league can introduce one standard price for season tickets that clubs have to sell at? Well, listen, it's very hard to regulate that, isn't it? Because they like to regulate everything in the Premier League. They like to tell teams like Man City that they can't spend what they want because it's not financial fair play. But then they allow other clubs to just whack their season ticket prices up that are already more expensive than most teams on the planet by another 5%. So, mate, I've said this yesterday. Yeah, the Man City were one of the founder members of the Premier League as well. They were in the league when the league started. They were one of the founder teams in there. Yeah, but the big five back then, it was a big five, was Arsenal, Man United, Liverpool, Everton, and Tottenham. Now, well, Everton have fallen away. Yeah, but the other clubs are still up there. So any team that tries to break into that, in my opinion, the Premier League don't like it, which is why they're trying to stop Man City. Newcastle will have this happen to them. Leicester, well, it didn't matter because I only did it once. In fact, what did the actual... That's what I want to say. What when Leicester won the league that season, what did that actually do for Leicester? What did that actually do for Leicester winning the title? Nothing. Absolutely nothing, because the prize money for winning the league and coming fifth is near enough the same. It's pretty much near enough the same, give or take 15 million quid. There or thereabouts. Yeah, it's literally so the way they've filtered the league into the top spots, doesn't matter whether you win it or not. Yeah, and that's a problem, because if it doesn't matter whether you win the league because the prize money is there or thereabouts the same, then what is the incentive to go out and spend all the money to win the league? Because you can happily just jog along doing fourth, like Arsenal did for years, like Tottenham are trying to do fourth, and they see that as fine. You can just keep making mass profit out of not achieving anything, which then gets filtered down to the fans. So when a team like Chelsea come along and a team like City come along, the fans have already had it conditioned in their head that fourth's okay anyway. Now a team like Chelsea come in and want to go and win everything. Now a team like Man City come along and want to win everything. Then it's been filtered into their head again. Oh, but we can't compete. Oh, it's so unfair. Oh, it's mad. It is actually mad. Yeah, they penalise teams for wanting to win and boost teams for wanting to do nothing. It's apart from make profit, bro. It's backwards. It's crazy. Big up Sophie. Lee's just speaking up for people who aren't in his position. The people who aren't able to watch all the matches on DAZN can't afford the season tickets. Exactly. There'll be loads of Man United fans tonight that don't know about certain websites, and Leeds fans that don't know about certain websites, don't have IPTV or a Fire Stick and all of that. They're going to sit there having to check on their phone to see if Man United or Leeds are winning. It's crazy. You should do a stream with Big Steve. That is something that's in the pipeline, mate. I spoke to him the other day. Maybe we can do something for the game coming up next Wednesday. Yeah, so I'll message him at the weekend, see what he's saying. Yes, Kazan Hussam, of course. How did I forget? Come on. Yes. Hussam's always funny to listen to. Love the content. Oh, Ty, the Man United fan, I think is on tonight, actually. Tyrone, I think he's on instead of Kaz. Love the content. What if Ty calls you a plastic? Ty wouldn't do that. Ty's a nice guy, mate, actually. Ty said to me once, why do you get so much abuse for wanting Wenger out? His words. There you go. But not everyone thinks like that. It's, oh, you're so negative, you're so toxic, because that sounds great. It's like when somebody's labeled misogynistic or racist. Yeah, by saying you're toxic, instantly that sticks. It doesn't have to have any context to it. It's just you're toxic. It's like when Terry called me a flip-flop the other day. Yeah, in his title, Lee Gunner flip-flops hard. Since then, the amount of knobs that have come in this chat and said, you're a flip-flop, they don't even know what the hell they're talking about. None of them have got a brain cell between them. None of them can tell me anything about my football club I don't know. But because somebody who's got a big YouTube channel says he's a flip-flop, doing it as a banter, yeah, all of a sudden, all these thick kids jump onto it and go, oh, you're a flip-flop, because it's like a cool thing to do and say, yeah, I want to feel part of something. So what I'll do is I'll jump on the Lee Gunner's a flip-flop hype to try and knock Lee Gunner down. Keep trying. People have been doing this crap to me for years, and I am still streaming perfectly fine. And the video for the second channel will be out soon as well. So I'll have 2 successful channels. Well, they can't even show their little pizza faces. It's mad. Anyway, we might as well carry on until an hour. We've got 3 minutes left. Let's carry on. Thank you for that, Ben. Appreciate it, man. The Premier League's case, Manchester City is likely to take 2 to 4 years to be completed, says Martin Ziegler. That's the Martin Ziegler. That's the guy who broke the news, right? The Premier League's case against Manchester City is likely to take 2 to 4 years to be completed. Boom, boom, boom. Well, that's the end of that for everybody, then, isn't it? That's the end of that. So yeah, 2 to 4 years. Mad. Come, big up to Ian Barron. I'm a flop flip. Flip flops out. Why do you think there is a rat up there? Just there. Why is there a rat there? Because an ex-super fan called us a rat for wanting the manager out. So we put a rat there. Now I've been called a flip-flop by loads of people. Cool. We'll put Javianas on the rat. And I'm going to have so much fun in the summer when I'm going to tour the whole of the beaches in Andalusia, in the south of this country. And I'm going to be sat there with my flip-flops on in 35-degree heat all summer, hashtagging on Instagram, hashtag flip-flop, while they're sitting there thinking, shit, oh, I ain't got, oh, should we go halves on a bag of weed? Fucking paupers, man. Get in the bin. It's crazy. And maybe I should get the rat in some mud, because in 2020 we was rats. Last year we was in the mud. This year we're flip-flops. What are we going to be next year? Probably proven right. Mad, isn't it? Would you say Kanana over Rice? No, I wouldn't, but he's a good player. Love you, Lee, but yesterday Terry showed you were given a finance lesson. You were just waffling. I wasn't waffling, to be fair. But Terry talks in very big words. He obviously knows finance a lot better than I do because he worked in the banking sector. But he uses a lot of big words. And the majority of people on that channel that watch it can't stand my face or my thoughts regardless. If I say the sky is blue, they'd argue it's green. That's just how it is. But I enjoy going on there for the banter. The fact and reality is financial fair play doesn't help any small teams get better. And it's not fair. If a team that's taken 150 million income, i.e. Brighton, 150 million income, they're only allowed to spend 75% of that. How are they ever going to break into that top 4 and win the title when they can only spend 75% of 151 million? It's never going to happen. So they need an outside investor to be able to do that. And then when you get an outside investor, try and plow money into a football club, that's now a problem. Yeah, but financial fair play should be scrapped. Yeah, or very worst ways, like Rant said yesterday, and it was a good point. Yeah, say, cool, everyone's allowed to spend £400 million a year. Everyone's allowed to spend 300 million, whatever it may be. Set a figure. You're allowed to spend 400 million pounds in a season. That's it. Yeah, then that way, when Arsenal only spend 30 million or 40 or 50 million in that season and then end up third or second, we can say, well, hold on a minute, mate. And now there's a bit of accountability. There is no accountability when you can just hide behind financial fair play. Oh, we can't compete with the oil clubs. Well, we can. We actually can. Because Arsenal have actually spent more money than Manchester City in the last, well, since Wenger's left, I think. Arsenal, since Wenger had left until the summer just gone, were actually the biggest spenders on the planet. And then Man United overtook them. Chelsea have overtook them. But yeah, Arsenal and Man United were two of the biggest spenders in world football. And I think Arsenal were above United by about 5 million. Maybe it was the other way around. Maybe Man United were 5 million ahead of Arsenal. But either way, first and second. So from the day Wenger left until the start of the transfer window in the summer, we outspent every single club on the planet. So we can compete. So all this hiding behind, we can't compete with oil clubs, has all been a lie anyway. And when you're lowering the standards, not you personally, but when people are lowering the standards by having no accountability to spend money, because the Premier League don't force teams to spend money. They actually help teams make money by not forcing them to compete, because that's what they do. And then teams that do compete, they sanction because they've spent too much money. Makes no sense to me. Makes no sense whatsoever. Yeah, so you can come and buy Man United, take 2 billion quid out of it, and you're not going to get done for that. Where's the logic in that? ENIC, FSG, and the Kroenkes, they can sit on cash cows for as long as they want, putting the bare minimum of the club's money back into it, not investing their own money at all into it, and that's seen as fine. But then an ambitious owner who actually gets the aim of elite sport is to compete to win the best honours, wants to do that, and now he's sanctioned. It's unbelievable. It's actually unbelievable. It's mad. Like I said, we have a Nottingham Forest fan in this chat. Yeah, we have Darlington fans in this chat. How are they ever going to be able to win the Premier League if you can only spend 75% of your income? Can somebody tell me how that club, Darlington, for example, can go all the way through the football pyramid to compete to win the Premier League title? How is that even possible based off its income? It's never going to happen. It's a closed shop. It's a closed shop. And then what happens is when you've got clubs like Liverpool, Spurs, and Arsenal, where owners are just sitting there doing next to nothing apart from just sitting on big profits every year, or trying to sit on big profits, putting up the season ticket prices 2 years running at Arsenal, getting NFL boxing and Lady Gaga at the stadium if you're Tottenham, and just sitting there if you're Liverpool going, now it don't matter. We'll just put out a little war cry to see if we can get some outside investment to come into the club. All they're doing is lowering the standards within the fan bases of them clubs. So then when a Chelsea or a City come along, all you get is, oh, well, we can't compete. So now the standards are down here that top four is now achievable, and top four is the aim, not the title's the aim. Yeah. So round and around and around we go. And then when I sit there and go, well, hang on, we spent more money than any club in the world until the summer just gone in the last 5 years. No, you're toxic. Mate, this is what the Premier League wanted. They do not want other teams breaking into that top tier of Arsenal, Tottenham, Liverpool, United, and now obviously Chelsea are in there. They do not want a Newcastle up there. They do not want a Man City up there. Yeah, because these other clubs were already big and bigger than Newcastle and Man City. If Leicester consistently were pushing up and doing what Newcastle are going to do and what Man City have done, this would be them in that position now, being sanctioned. It's crazy. All it does is it's a closed shop for the top teams that were already top teams, or the big teams that were already big teams, because Tottenham ain't a top team, let's be real. But they are a big team in terms of income, assets, and stuff like that. And they were when the Premier League was founded. Yeah, and if you go and have a look at the teams that were seen as the big five, if you take Everton out the equation, 4 of them teams were Arsenal, Man United, Liverpool, and Spurs. Well, 4 of them teams are still the same big teams in the Premier League. So who's pushed into that in 30 years? So where's the fair play in financial fair play? And then all you get on the flip side is, oh yeah, but teams like Blackburn went out of business. Well, no, they didn't. No, they didn't actually go out of business. They're still trading. They're still in football leagues. Yeah. Portsmouth are still a football club. They haven't had to change their name like Wimbledon had, like Wimbledon actually went out of business. Yeah, but this is where the regulation on letting an owner buy a football club should change, not how much money you invest into the football club. Yeah, because when they let them Portsmouth owners in, they had no money and they were going out, boom, 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 boom. That is now on the Premier League and the FA for not doing their due diligence on them owners. Allowing an owner to come into the Premier League, which is their business. The Premier League is a business. You have allowed a foreign overseas owner to come in the Glazers, take the biggest club in England and take 2 billion quid out of it and say nothing to them. How is that even allowed? And now they can put the club up for sale after putting it in, I think it's in 400 million quid's worth of debt. Yeah, they've taken 2 billion quid out the club and now they're putting it out for sale. And now they're going to get all the debt wiped off because the Qataris or the Saudis are going to pay the 300 million debt wiped out of it. And they're going to run off into the sunset. How is that even allowed? But then Sheikh Mansour, with some clever accounting, is now in hot water and he's seen as a bad owner. Nah, man, that's backwards. That is backwards. The aim of elite sport is to compete to be the best. Yes, by the letter of the law, they may or may not have broken the rules. I don't know. And it's going to take 2 to 4 years to find out, according to someone in the chat a minute ago. So, listen, it's all the way football fans have pinned this on City. It's almost like every football fan is saying they're guilty. Well, that's not how it works. Yeah, they're innocent until proven guilty. So right now, they've done nothing wrong. Yeah, and I'd much rather my club act like Man City than act like Stan Kroenke's treated this football club since he's been here. Because all he's done is lower down the standards. Yeah, Wenger was culpable of that as well. Can't compete. And it was actually, funny enough, Arsene Wenger, who wanted this FFP to start with. Coincidence? We can't compete. Why do you look at me? We can't compete. He was nicking 11 million quid a year to tell everyone fourth was a trophy. And all that's happened is over the years, every single football club now aspires to be a top 4 team. Man City are coming and said, bollocks to your fourth, we want to win the league. Yeah, and now that's seen as toxic, negative, and against the rules. Like, football's dusted, man. It is absolutely dusted. It's absolutely dusted. But what do I know? When Man City get found not guilty, which I'd imagine they probably will, then what? Then what? Yeah, then what? If anyone thinks that Todd Boehly came into this league with no knowledge of football whatsoever and made an absolute mockery of financial fair play inside 6 months, if anyone thinks that Sheikh Mansour has broken any rules when he's been here for years, is wealthier, probably has better lawyers, better legal representation than Todd Boehly, knows more about football, and people think he's broken the rules. But Todd Boehly has come from baseball into the league, doesn't know nothing about the game, has legal representation and good lawyers and all of that, but doesn't have the wealth of this guy. Money talks. The more money you got, the better you can get back in there in terms of lawyers. If anyone thinks that Todd Boehly's come to this league and made a mockery of it after 6 months not knowing anything, but this lot have done everything wrong, sorry, I'd have to doubt that. Yeah, I really would. I'd have to doubt that. Yeah. How can Man City do all of these things that are wrong, apparently, allegedly? Yeah, but this guy made a mockery of their whole financial fair play system in 6 months and he didn't have a clue about football 6 months ago. But Man City have apparently done everything wrong. Like, it don't make no sense to me. Until I see that they have actually physically done something that they shouldn't have done, I don't believe it. Until it's been proven in a courtroom somewhere or in an independent inquiry somewhere, I'm going to doubt it. Yeah, I'm going to doubt it, because how can a guy that doesn't know anything about football make a mockery of the whole system in 6 months? But you're telling me somebody that's wealthier, that has been in the game for a lot longer, owned a football club for a lot longer, apparently he's done everything wrong. I'm not convinced by that. Listen, you don't get to that level of wealth if you're stupid. Yeah, and if you are stupid, yeah, then you have a lot of people around you that you're paying a lot of money to make sure that you don't cock up. And if you do cock up, you find every single loophole and avenue to get out of it. Yeah, and them leaked emails that I was going to do the show about earlier that I read, they were actually from the investigation from the Court of Arbitration for Sport from 3 years ago, and they were thrown out of that court 3 years ago for not being enough evidence. Yeah, but now our journalist has put them out there yesterday to try and make out their brand new evidence. No, that was evidence from 3 years ago, mate. Yeah, that was evidence from 3 years ago in the Court of Arbitration for Sport that was deemed not acceptable and not good enough. So I don't know why that journalist or person that's put them out there, I mean, it sounds mad when you're reading them. I don't know why that person has put that out on his Twitter account yesterday, trying to make out that they're new leaked emails. No, they're not. They were emails from 3 years ago. Yeah, that weren't deemed acceptable evidence to charge them with. So if they could get away with it with UEFA, and I know some of this is time barred with UEFA, if they can get away with it with UEFA, what makes anyone think that the Premier League or the FA are going to find anything that is untoward? I don't really understand, if I'm honest. Yeah, half of the charges are a complete load of garbage anyway, about the dimensions of the away medical room and the grass being a little bit too long. Okay, cool. We'll see. We'll see. It's mad. It is actually mad. But anyway, I'm going to do a couple more comments, then we're going to get out of it. Do smash the like button up, people. I've enjoyed doing this stream, actually. Very good. But we haven't got enough likes on it. Come on, smash that up to 450. We're on 327. Still 800 in the building. I am live with Goonie in 15 minutes. So I'll stick the link for that in the chat. If you want to come and watch that, feel free. Hussam, Tyrone, Man United fan, will be on there. I think he'll have a Spurs fan on there. I'm not sure who that is. Maybe it's the same as last week. Let me have a look, actually. Let me have a look. Maybe it's Alan Clark, who was on there last week. I don't know. But anyway. But yes, too much facts. Too much facts. People will not like. Bro, people don't like the truth. People just love to jump on the bandwagon. Like I said, I was watching the overlap earlier. I don't really watch it because most of the fans on there ain't got a clue about football. Yeah, they're just faces. Yeah, and it's all about, oh, let's all laugh at Man City. The only reason I watched it is I wanted to see what Jamie Carragher had to say and what Gary Neville had to say about the Man City situation. Obviously, one of them owns a football club in the lower divisions and is a Man United ex-player who, by the way, said in there when they were talking about the Chelsea putting 8-year contracts, Gary Neville said that he signed a 6-year and a 7-year contract at Man United. Didn't hear no one crying about that. Yeah, I think Cesc Fabregas signed a 7-year deal when we signed him. Don't see no one crying about that. Yeah, because Chelsea are doing it and they found a loophole around the system. Oh, they're bad. Because this is the way football fans have been finessed and smashed down and smashed down and smashed down through media portraying that doing things to make your football club more successful, yeah, by finding loopholes is deemed as not good enough and bad, and that's a bad owner. Where owners that come into this league and literally fleece these football clubs by sitting on them, turning over millions or billions in the process when they sell them, that's seen as good ownership, even though they rip the fans off every single week. Yeah, that's not good enough, man. That's not good enough. How can the Glazers buy a football club and take 2 billion quid out of it? That should not be allowed. Yeah, now imagine all these Man United fans sitting there going, oh, yeah, but maybe we can get 2 or 3 trophies that City get taken off of them. You absolute thick, backwards bent weirdos. How about sit there and go against your owners for nicking 2 billion quid of your money and actually sitting there saying, well, actually, if they'd invested that 2 billion, we would have had better staff upstairs. We would have had better training facilities because that's falling apart. The stadium's on its arse. Yeah, it's leaking, not just on the pitch and in the stadium, in the offices and the suites in the stadium. Yeah, the executive lounge, they're all leaking. There's rats running around on the pitch. Like, come on. If they'd invested in the infrastructure of that football club with that 2 billion, which, by the way, doesn't get stopped by FFP, you could put 25 billion into infrastructure at your football club. That is not part of FFP. But if they'd done that, then they would have had better playing staff. They would have had better managers that they could have attracted to pay better wages to, and they would have been more successful. Man City might not have won a title anyway, and you wouldn't be sitting there all these years later saying, oh, maybe we can get a title. Absolute weirdos. But this is unfortunately what Sky Sports, BT Sport, and any other media outlet out there has done, alongside Man City coming in and Chelsea coming in, making a mockery of all of this BS, yeah, by actually being successful. Yeah, now it's, oh, we can't compete. Oh, they're breaking the rule. Oh, let's get in the bin, man. Yeah, football is not about winning anymore. It's about just sitting there hoping for top 4. And then if you don't get top 4, oh, well, we'll go again next season. all the competitiveness and accountability towards football clubs has gone. Yeah, because you have millions of fans that support all of these clubs sitting there chatting absolute crap every single day online. Sitting there going, oh, we can't compete with Chelsea. Oh, we can't compete with City. What do you mean we can't compete with Chelsea and City? Our owner's got more than Chelsea's. Our owner's only the third richest owner, wealth-wise, in the Premier League. How can't we compete? If he actually took some of his money out of his pocket, yeah, and gave the club some money, yeah, we could compete, couldn't we? But no, he's only got the 15.5 billion quid. No, we can't compete. In what planet can we not compete? We choose not to compete. The same as Tottenham don't bother to compete. They choose not to compete. The same as the Glazers choose not to compete. The same as FSG at Liverpool choose not to compete. Yeah, and that's seen as okay because Man City and Chelsea ruined football. Unbelievably thick. Unbelievably thick. But what do I know? I'm just a numpty YouTuber. It is crazy. But that is unfortunately what happens when Sky and BT Sport dictate when and where you can watch football matches, the narrative online. Then you get millions of fans falling for the narrative. You know, it is what it is. It is what it is. But anyway, I've done 15 minutes longer than I wanted to. So we're going to get out of it. Come on, big up the Gunner Bang days. Come on, big up Red Cell, man. And big up to everybody in here, man. Haley just joined. Absolute disgrace, these Kroenkes. And this Muppet fan base just laps it up. Sick of it. Grew up 10 minutes from Highbury. What has happened to our beautiful club? Don't worry, mate. Don't worry, Mike. Get yourself on the Arsenal website and you can watch Frimpong driving around in a golf cart with Granit Xhaka on Colney Carpool. Yay! Failing that, after you've watched that, mate, maybe you can go onto the website, the store, the shop, and you can buy yourself a tailor-made golf umbrella that's got one Arsenal badge stitched onto it for 58 euros. If you fancy buying the tailor-made golf bag that's got an Arsenal badge stitched onto it to put your golf clubs in, that'll cost you 210 euros. That is what's happened to our club, mate. It's been absolutely decimated. And then when people sit there and say, I'm negative, no. I see all of this lot behind me. I see George Graham's lot before all of this lot. That's the standards we should never have dropped below. Real Madrid, we were moving to compete with. They were top team, Real Madrid, 19 years ago. They're still a top team. Why? Because they don't let their standards drop. They're on the cusp. They're on the cusp of sacking one of the greatest managers I have ever seen in my life that won the Champions League last season and the league. But 20 games into this season, he's second after 3 losses, and he's on the cusp of being sacked. And a lot of the fans want him out, and so does Florentino Perez. That's the standards. But that was Arsenal, mate. Oh, look at what he done for the club. Get in the bin. Get in the bin. Sentiments killed football. Along with FFP and all this other stuff. Listen, I could go on for hours. I'm not getting it because I'm live in 9 minutes on Goonies channel. But big up to every single person in here, man. Appreciate all the love as always. And yeah, it's crazy. Sky have trashed the Prem and EFL to hell. Cheers, Disney. Bro, also, let's not forget, UEFA are a part of this, FIFA are a part of this. When it used to be the European Cup and you had to be a champion to get into it, how many champions are actually in this European trophy now? The Europa League used to be the UEFA Cup. Now, you can finish 6th, mate. You qualify. Mad, isn't it? The game ain't about winning anymore, which is why when people like me sit there and say, no, I want to win, you're negative and toxic. It is what it is. A lot of people have just had this subconsciously in their heads because of what they hear in the media from ex-footballers that used to win, like Gary Neville, yeah, and Jamie Carragher, sitting there telling everyone fourth, top four. Really? Gary Neville was a serial winner as a player. Top 4, get in the bin. Anyway, thank you very much to everybody who's watched. The game's all participation and greed. Fact. And any team that wants to break past that, sanctioned. We're out of here, people. All have a wonderful evening. I will be live with Goonie in a few minutes, so make sure you come and join in on that one. Appreciate all the love. I'll be back again tomorrow at lunchtime as well. And yeah, about 1 o'clock tomorrow, I'll be back live as well. So yeah, all have a wonderful evening. And I'm out of here. Adios, amigos. FFP. Fuera.